Hey everyone, welcome to Encore, and don't you guys wish that your MAC palette, or any palette for that matter, has a clear cover so that way you can see what's inside? Because I personally have a problem finding colors. Let's say I need carbon. I will have to open each and every one of these just to see where carbon is. And whether you have 3 palettes or if you have a lot like I do, and this is just half of it, it's almost impossible and quite a challenge to find the color I need. So I thought about it and I came up with a solution to this problem, and I thought I'd try it out today and film it and share it with you guys. So if you guys are ready, I am. So let's do it.
Be la pa pa da pee sabadoo doo boo sabadoo la doodly doodla diddly la la baby shoobadoop shabadab shoobadoop dab da da dee da shoobadoop shabadab shoobadoop dab da da dee da.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So here's what you're going to need in order to do this. You're going to need a business card protector. And it's clear, just like this. And you can get this at office supply stores like Office Max or Office Depot. And they look like this when you fill them with business cards. Alright, and then you just put that in a 3-ring binder. So you're going to need some of that. And you're also going to need some business card or pre-made business card paper. Okay, I like using this because it's already perforated and you just need to fold and then it, you get the clean edges and whatnot. But again, this is optional. It's just easier to use this because it's already pre-shaped and pre-cut. But you can also use just regular print paper or photo paper, matte or glossy. It doesn't matter. And you can just cut it to size. But we're going to work on this. For today, you're also going to need scissors. And you're going to need some form of adhesive, like glue. Or you can also use double-sided tape if you choose that. And you're also going to need a camera. Alright, again, this is optional. I know maybe some of you doesn't have a camera, a digital camera, so it's completely optional, but for those of you who has one, go ahead and take those out because you're going to need it. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is pick up the palette you choose, well, if you're doing all your palettes, so we're going to do all your palettes, but for this video I'm just going to do one, and I chose this palette that has my bluish purples in it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to take a picture of the colors. Alright, so with your digital camera, take a picture of the palette so that you can get as much of the color part in the picture. So from this end to this end, and then from the top to the bottom. Alright, so once you've taken a picture of that, you're going to need your computer and upload the picture, and you need to use Word or Works or any Word like a document making software. Okay, and what you need to do is create a business card or choose a business card under envelopes and labels and refer to the number that's on the upper corner of the business card paper you're using. For example, this one is template. It says use template 8371, which is an Avery product. So we can work on that. Now, if you guys are not using this and you guys are just using regular paper, you can still use the templates, the preset templates that Word have. So just pick any of the business cards templates in there because you can just cut them to size later on. Alright? So what I did, just to show you guys, I already designed it right here. So that's the picture of the palette, and I also added text so that way I know the name of the colors, of each individual colors. So for those of you guys who doesn't have a digital camera, it's still okay. It's still okay because you can still do this without the picture. You can just, still add the text, and you can add the shapes. I chose to use a circle. You can do square, you can do triangles. So just be as creative as you can, but you don't need a picture, to do this. So you can either do it with a picture or you can do it without a picture. So that's up to you guys. And I already printed it in the paper. Now again, I used the, pre-cut business card paper. So all I'm need to do is, you know, fold, and it's going to come off, and it's going to have that nice clean edges to it, so I don't need to cut it. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and go back to our business card organizer. What you need to do is cut these off, all right, because they're individual sleeves for the business cards. So you just want to cut them individually, just like what I did in here. Hello. All right, so I did that, and I cut one out. All right. Now the next thing we're going to do is make sure that when you cut it, that the back part or one of the sides is longer than the front part, because it's easier to get the paper in if you do that. So make sure that either the front or the back is longer. Okay, so it's kind of like gives you that like extra, you know, kind of grip in there, or like that extra piece, so that way, you know, you can easily slip the paper in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to affix this right in the center of the palette, right here. And I highly recommend putting it in the center, because what happens is that if you have a lot of them and you stack them up, it's going to buckle right in the center, because now the center is thicker. So if you put it on the side, you know, it's going to be lopsided, because this side is going to be thicker. All right, so I advise to go ahead and cover that beautiful logo and just really center that right there, okay? And of course, you can either glue it if you want it permanent. Let's say that your palette doesn't change and it's permanent, it's the same exact colors that's going to be in it for a long time, then use a permanent glue. Or you can use double-sided tape, so that way you can remove it later if you don't want the tag in there anymore. Okay, another good product also to look into to do this is you can also use those glue dots or glue squares that's removable, but just make sure that it says specifically says removable, because that way you can remove it later. So I'm just going to kind of mock this, but you know, you can just like tape the whole thing. It's double-sided tape, so it's going to stick to the plastic part, and it's going to stick to our palette as well. So I'm just going to do the corners for now, so that way I can just show you how we're going to fix this. Alright, just like that, and then we're going to center it right into our palette. Okay, so just place it right there. Okay, so just like that, I'm just going to put pressure all over it. Alright, so now it's kind of like there's like a window or a sleeve right in the center of the palette. Now, going back to our pre-printed colors, we're just going to break them apart so that way they're, you know, the business card sizes that we need for this. So I'm just going to tear the edges, and then this is so easy because you just fold, see, it comes off, and then you just fold back and forth, and then it comes off, and you get that clean edges. So that's why I love using this for this project. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the colored one first, which has the picture in it, and I'm just going to insert it right into our sleeve, just like so. And now you can see the colors of what's inside, and it also has the name in it. And then just do that to all your palettes, so that way you can see the color that's in it without opening it. Now you don't have to open it to see what's inside, because it's already on the outside and it's got the names in them and everything. So that's a really, really cool idea. Okay, so I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to use the other one that doesn't have the picture. So for those of you guys that doesn't have access to a camera, you can also do this. Again, like I said, just, you know, design, like in a Word document, just the names of the color, and just, you know, put it in a circle or a square. And much like the other one, just insert it right into the sleeve, and there you go. So now you know what colors are in this palette. And one thing I like about this idea is that you can just easily take, you know, the business card off. If you decide to change the color, you know, all you need to do is remove this part and then insert the new one in. So that way, if you decide to replace the colors, you can just replace this part. Well, hopefully that's going to be a lot of help for you guys. So until next time, thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!